Hi everybody and welcome back to Metroid Prime. Last time we found ourselves in the Chozo Ruins, finding a bunch of our old upgrades that were blown out of us on the frigate Orpheon. We found our missiles again, and we found our morph ball again. And in today's episode we're going to be going in search of more upgrades, and now that we have our missiles and morph ball, there are some new areas we can access. Well, one new area we can access. It's pretty linear at this point in the game. Towards the start anyway, we have to find these items in a definitive order. We have to find the missiles, then find the morph ball. Although you can sequence break a bit, but I'm not counting that really. And those guys were scattered, those scarabs were scattered a little bit more. Scattered scarabs, not easy to say. But they were scattering a bit more than I was expecting there. And some of them were just dropping straight on top of my head. I thought they appeared in a cluster, but no, they were just coming straight over the top of me there. And around the corner as well. So let's jump on up to the top bit of Talnova World, Chozo Ruins, and let me snipe the War Wasp's hives from here, just so they don't spawn any more out. I think you can shoot for like an infinite distance in this game, as long as you're in the same room as a target. You can't shoot. Well, you can shoot through doors. The doors loading in the next room. You can shoot through a door and kill things in it. So yeah. Also, you can shoot birds. I didn't realise this until I was like messing around, but yeah, there are some birds flying around over this plaza area, and you can just gun them down. Kind of brutal, honestly. Like, oh, a pretty sunset. But yeah, didn't realise that was a touch you could do, is you can just shoot them down if you could actually aim at them. There we go. Yep, burst into a pile of feathers. Don't call this animal cruelty services. Oh god, more scarabs. Ugh. What? Stop trying to get above me. Like they're all around the corridor now. Let's use missiles, why not? And here's where we need our morph ball. We can now go under this like nulled route. I think you could have scanned it, and it'll tell you that you need to. Oh, I guess I can just go straight past the scarabs there. Don't need to bother dealing with them because we're too fast in our morph ball form. Well, it's a dark room to begin with there, and more plasmites, not phasmids. I learned my lesson, and we can destroy them. And it just plunges the room into darkness, but you know, we can still see, and it's probably better for us to get rid of them, to be honest. Look, there's still everything's like perfectly clear, and in order to progress through this room, there's like a little path around the outside. Don't fall in the water yet again. It's like weird, swampy, icky water that damages you. And I didn't point this out before, but there is a little meter on the left there, and the closer you get to something hazardous like this water, oh. Are the plasmites respawning? Suddenly the room is in colour again. Oh well. There's a bit of Chozo lore on here, and there's also a geyser. Let me just quickly scan the geyser. Fountain, even. Choked by overgrowth. Toxin levels are high. So yeah, it's toxic water, I guess. Let's get this Chozo lore scanned. So that is talking... kind of like the Chozo lore at the start of the game, because it reveals a lot of what's happened to Talon before the events of Metroid Prime. This is like a... There's nothing actually this way. These are blast caps. They're like mushrooms and they leave behind toxic clouds, but as far as I'm aware, it doesn't hurt you too much, toxic clouds. So yeah, this way leads us to an intense heat reading, and yeah, it's a lava-filled area. As soon as we step into this room, we'll start to take damage, and that is mostly down to our Varia suit. We lost our Varia suit on the frigate, and the Varia suit, or it's a mistranslation of Varia suit. Oops, I didn't mean to swim to the water there. Will protect us from like different temperatures, as in most Metroid games. I nearly said Zelda games, but no. There is a missile expansion in this room, over in the wall over here. Is it? Yeah, there it is. Oh no! I'm stuck on something. I'm stuck on the environment. I'm burning alive in the toxic water, even though our suit should technically protect us from it. And up here we have shriek bats. And shriek bats are an enemy from the very first Metroid game. They're the ones that hang on the ceiling and dive down into you. But in this game, they sort of dive first and then target you like this, go into a spinning animation, and then they shoot across. But if they hit the floor, they just explode on contact. So yeah, they're not too much of a threat. It's a little bit more deadly around like blind corners, I suppose. Here we have a new enemy. This Reaper Vine. They just sway at you. And yeah, I'd recommend turning off lock-on free aim for these guys, because if it was on, they start to sway around quite a lot, and yeah, it can be quite a bit of a pain to target them when you're like flailing the cursor about. So yeah, make sure you do that. And we've got this generally tall room. There's quite a lot of stuff up top, but we can't really get too far up this room just yet. This is the arboretum. Hang on, the arboretum. Arboretum. I don't know. Something to do with trees. Arbor is trees, right? Yeah, I know that for certain. And yeah, let's go down to the other door on the other side of the room. The Reaper vine sticks out. Actually, well, come back. I want to scan you. Come back, friend. Where are you? Come. They do come back. Reaper vines. What the? Someone just nudged me off there. I swear. What happened? I wasn't even holding the control stick. Okay, I've lost quite a bit of energy. I need to like get to a restore point. Actually, there's a restore point just nearby, so not too worried about taking too much damage. Although I don't know what happened there. How did I fall in? Was I nudged off by this guy? No, not that. I don't want to scan that. I want to scan this thing right in front of me. So, yep, let's kill you, and now let's proceed. Oh, there were two the whole time, but I don't think they were that close to me. I don't honestly know what happened there. I wasn't holding the control stick at all, it just fell in. How weird. And then we have a nice little effect on the visor. A nice touch added to 3D Metroid game, that the visor steams up when you pass through steam vents. And we have another very tall room, but this room we can actually explore quite a bit. In fact, there are two ways for us to go. The path splits. And I think we can do them in either order. I'm just going to quickly head to this room over here because it's a save station. Give me my energy back. You've just stolen from me. No, I'm not going to save. Let's just heal up and let's head back out. There's a bit of a dick move going into the save room though, I will admit. As soon as you exit the save room, pay attention to the ceiling because more shriek bats. Yep, they're just there as soon as you enter this room. And I want to... let me scan these because they're slightly better missile ammo. And yeah, missile ammunition with 5 rounds of ammo. That's also added to the logbook. I'm not going to leave that one up on the screen. It's only 1 page worth of description. So yeah, there are 2 ways for us to go. We can go to this door over here, and there's also a door up on that ledge up there. And I think I can do them in either order, but if I do the upper one first, I think it's better, because I can get like an extra upgrade. Or it doesn't actually matter at this point. Hang on, let me just quickly decide. Okay, so I think I might do the upper door first, in which case we need to go up here. And we've got the blast caps again. Let me have a scan of a blast cap. That's the logbook. So yeah, these things are deadly to touch, but if you shoot them, they explode into a cloud of poison gas. Which, oh, there was another blast cap there. I don't think the gas actually hurts you too much. Oh, there's more shriek bats. Just dodge out the way. Let them dive. Let them dive into the wall. You don't need to worry too much about it. I think there's another set of shriek bats higher up the room. I'm stuck on something. Weird. God, there's some really uneven terrain around here. But yeah, there are more shriek bats up there. You can tell when the cursor goes red, when it's locked onto an enemy. Blast them with missiles ahead of time. And I think let's use missile on the blast caps as well. Not too fussed about wasting missile. So yeah, it looks like that might hurt you, like the spores they leave behind, but it really doesn't. It's very strange like that. And here's where the shriek bats would dive into us, but I know where they are. I dealt with them ahead of time. I am so smart. I think there's another set of shriek bats just up there, yes. Oh my god, there's like... God, how many are there? Like 7 or something. Same for the middle. If my cursor could stop shaking back and forth, that'd be nice. Alas, the curse of the Wii pointer strikes again. There we go, got them all. Nice, lot of ammunition up there. A lot of ammunition. Can I grab the ammunition above me that I shot the shriek bats with? Oh, it's gone. I guess it does fade after a while. I guess I was too slow on that one. Yeah, let's head through this morphball tunnel. I don't think I need any upgrades to go through this door. Let's jump on over. And can I grab some of that stuff? I just want the energy, really. Oh, I'm 1 short. Oh, well. Okay, really. Don't want to fall off doing that. Risking my neck out there. Okay, more shriek bats around the corner. I know you too well, game. They do this quite a few times in the Chozo Ruins. Just be alert when turning corners. More missiles, let me take that. Do a quick little jump. And it would be helpful if we had our charge beam, so that we could draw in pickups from a distance. But alas, we do not. Not yet, anyway. More ions, let's break them down. And head through this door. Here we have another big room with, guess what? Shriek bats! Yep. Do this a lot of times. Just pay attention to the ceilings. Oops, there wasn't any shriek bat there. I already killed it. So, another couple of ways we can go. I don't think we ever need to go down this way. That way is only if you drop into the toxic water and you're over that side of the room. I think it's faster to go underneath, and then there's like a passage that leads around the outside and it comes back here. But I don't think we need to do anything actually down there, so the way we need to go is to the left. And there's a door up over there in the distance. And in fact we can scan that. Is that added to the logbook? Yes, it is. Okay. Oh, it's just saying it's a locked door. And that's not a limited time scan. There's quite a few like locked doors that have a mechanism to unlock. Hello, shrink bats. Let's jump on over the toxic water. And more missile ammo up there. There's a new enemy. Well, not really an enemy. He's quite a cute guy. It's a stone toad. And he doesn't actually do anything. Let's give him a scan anyway. So yeah, they're pretty harmless creatures to us right now. We can just boop them on the nose. And they got kind of like unsettling eyes, but you know they're perfectly fine. They don't like to inhale us at all. What are you talking about? Ah! And they spit us out, and that does like minuscule damage. So yeah, don't turn into a morph ball around them, because nothing we can do to them just yet. They just serve as obstacles rather than enemies, really. Well, they do a bit of damage. Anyway, heading through this morph ball tunnel, and we get spat out here. And from here, there's no way back, because we just dropped out of a morph ball slot, and alas, we cannot get back into there without a certain thing. I wonder if it's behind this door. This is the incinerator drone, and it incinerates things. There's a bunch of flames. Let's give it a scan, because it is a missable scan. It's a boss, another mini-boss. So yeah, it's just a basic disposal thing, and when it exposes its eye, you can shoot it, and then it blasts into the hive on the ceiling, and that releases a bunch more war wasps, and those war wasps are also a missable scan, so do keep that in mind. And I think you turn to a morph ball to go underneath the flames when it raises one and lowers one, like that. Just follow it around the room, and I do kind of need to target the head. Oh, I'm in the wrong position. Shoot it with regular shots, all missiles work as well. And then it blasts the hive on the ceiling and releases more barbed war wasps. And the barbed war wasps have a projectile, unlike the others. Let's scan if I can, scan one of the barbed war wasps. And there we go, that's the only missable things in this fight. I should have jumped over that fire, but it doesn't matter. It's not a particularly threatening boss, it doesn't do an awful lot of damage, and you just be aware where the fires come and jump over the low ones or go underneath the high ones, and then shoot it in the eye with something. And then 3 hits is enough to destroy it. Oh, maybe it's 4. Is it done? I thought it was only 3 hits. No, it's spawning more barbed war wasps. Okay, I guess it is 4 hits. Maybe slightly more difficult on the 4th hit. Breaking convention, having a boss that doesn't require 3 hits, but 4. And let's wait for it to show its eye. Yeah, okay, so it's 4 hits instead of 3. Also, I just want to point out that I love the music in that fight, and also the Hive Mecha fight. But unfortunately, that's the only 2 times in the game where we hear it, so after this point, we can no longer hear that awesome tune. I'll talk a little bit more about the soundtrack in a bit, but let's pick up another expansion. And once again, it's to do with our morph ball, and we get the morph ball bombs. And with our bombs back, we can now jump in morph ball form, pretty much. And blast through certain obstacles. For example, this thing on the back wall here. Let's give it a quick scan, because we'll find out that it's made of something called... well, never mind then. Usually, if something is breakable like this, it will tell you what it's made of. And there are some materials that you'll get to recognise, like some materials can only be broken with morph ball bombs, some of them can be broken with missiles. And yeah, there's a missile expansion back here, and that's it. Let's head on back. Now that we have the ability to blast through things in morph ball form, there's a certain obstacle that we can destroy back there. Let's scan one of these other energies though. It's a large energy. It's 20, and yeah, that almost brings us up to full. doesn't really matter. I don't struggle with health too much, even in like veteran mode. It's weird. I don't find it to be too difficult at the start, but I guess that's because it's the start. And I want to show something off very quickly because I'm playing the trilogy version. This isn't available in the GameCube version, but if you flick the Wii remote upwards, you don't need to lay a bomb at all. So what you normally have to do to get back into that pipe is lay a bomb down, and that will propel you into the air, and then we use that to get back. And we use that in a few scenarios. But with the Wii the trilogy version on the Wii and Wii U, you can flick the Wii remote. Oh, more bloody shriek bats. Oh, they're still hitting me. Oh well. So yeah, with our multiple bombs we can now get inhaled by the stone toad and lay a bomb in its mouth to blow it up. Poor thing was so just minding its own business, and then we just had to go and kill it. So yeah, in the trilogy version we get the spring ball at the same time as the multiple bombs, and that was also in Metroid Prime 3, but it wasn't in the original Metroid Prime 2. And there's a slot on the wall here that we can jump into, and we just stick in place. I think I'm stuck, I can't actually waggle your way out of here. No, you have to lay a bomb, and this activates a switch. That lowers the water level, and then that gains us access to yet another switch. So now we've got like a platforming sequence. I think we can head through the hole in the wall, and, well, if I can line up properly, there we go. Head on over here, and jump into this thing in the wall over here again, and that leads us to another one. So now it's like we're just chasing down these generators. That raises a few platforms, and then we need to get into that hole in the wall. It's a minor little, I wouldn't say it's a puzzle per se. I don't know what I'd call it really, like a sequence of events. I think the streak bats are back, so they're gonna like dive bomb me as soon as I try and get over there. Well, let's just jump around. Oh, I dodged them completely. And yeah, head through this hole in the wall up here, and there's another generator through this way. And this is the last one, and we go into this one to unlock that door. How to do that entire sequence of events just for one door. God, we're breaking butterflies on wheels in here. Okay, let's roll on out. And now that door's unlocked, let's go see what's behind it. Spoilers, it's nothing too substantial. Something pretty minor, to be honest. It's, which way do I go? Oh, it's up top. I didn't realise how low that hole in the wall was, but yeah, we can jump up here and go on through here. And we'd have to come back here eventually, but as soon as we head through this door, there's a certain split path that we can only really go one way down to begin with, but we can scan this thing and find out that it is, oh, there's a scan point there. It's a magnetic rail system track, and spiderable technology required to access track. So it sort of semi-spoils another upgrade we're going to get later in the game there. So if the game's insisting on spoiling it, I'm going to spoil it as well. The spider ball is a morph ball expansion that allows you to magnetize your morph ball and stick to tracks like that. So yeah, spoilers, but yeah, that's the thing you get later. And there's another energy tank back here. But there's nothing else we can do just yet. If we have a look at our map though, we can see that we're in like a bigger room, but we're like inside a small bit of a big room. I don't know, it's sort of weird polygons going on here, but yeah, we're in like a subsection of the room that where the path splits back here. The upper path would lead us into the big room itself, but the lower path, the only path we can take right now is the lower path, and that leads us into this furnace area. Let's roll on back through, and now we have to go back to that big room before with the blast caps and the shriek bats and stuff. Sounds like a bloody stereophonic song. The shriek bats and the blast caps that you poor old granddad. Something along those lines. I don't know why that just reminded me of it. Yeah. Speaking of shriek bats, I don't think they can come through doors, so just back off a second and they'll just dive bomb into the floor. Generally easy to trick like that. You know, I'm just going to check down the right path here because I'm sure there's nothing. I'm sure it just leads you down to the other area. No more shriek bats up there. Yeah, this leads you to the other generator, which would be submerged in water usually, so I'm not sure if this path is faster or not. I don't know. It's a pretty weird thing, that path there. Not sure why it exists. Anyway, let's head back on ourselves, back through this corridor here, and with our multiple bombs we don't need to bother with the ions. We can blow up this tunnel, head on underneath instead, and just blow up the other side and roll on out. And let's use multiple bombs to open doors as well. So that's a feature. More shriek bats. I don't even care. Let's roll underneath them. We're too dang fast for them. And back here, there. Oh, okay. So this is something quite interesting. There's an expansion, a missile expansion, on the upper platform up there. We can't get enough height with our jump to reach it just yet. But what we're meant to do is come back to this point later on with a future upgrade. But if you're very good, you can do a multiple bomb jump and get up there. It might take a few tries, but it is possible. And I'd like to grab this upgrade as soon as possible, to be honest. If you can get the timing right, then it's a pretty nice trick. There we go, up the top. Blast open this thing, and we get another missile expansion. So yeah, multiple bomb jumps are pretty common in Metroid games, but it's usually like an advanced technique that you learn a bit later. But you don't have to learn it. Usually it's not necessary to use a multiple bomb jump in most scenarios. But yeah, in this game you can like skip a little bit. Oh, I don't know why I'm going back here, because I'm already at full health. Oh, I just went in there for 2 seconds and the shriek bats come back. What the hell? Okay, so let's head this way now. Now that we've grabbed our multiple bombs. We could have come this way first, so that those explosions were still hitting me. I guess I was a bit too close to them. But now we have... It doesn't matter, we didn't need our multiple bombs for this, but yeah, this is the other way we could have gone. And, oh, bloody shriek bats, they're all over the place. Around every single corner. There's a few more blast caps in the water there. But under here, there is another missile expansion. Probably should have scanned that wall, because I think it would have told me what it was made of. And then I can, like, prove my point. And I think you can scan these things as well. It gives you, like... Huh. I don't expect, like... It's sort of like mini-lore, rather than the big walls. Shriek bats, would you stop? Go away. You're just you're a pest. You're not a threat, you're a pest. Okay, and through here we have a big watery room that we need to make sure we don't fall into, because it's actually quite deep and poisonous. So yeah, watch out for that. So let me take the... You can take either the top or bottom row first. But I just want to show off what's on the top path, and then I'll go back to the bottom path. Because up here, aside from a few Reaper vines, we have this door with 4 symbols on it. And we have to go around this room and find those 4 symbols and scan them. There's one down there on the lower path, but we can scan it from up here, so I don't know why you wouldn't. And that's one symbol, and you can see it starts to light up there. And I don't think there's any more. Actually, there's one on the wall around the corner there, I think. But there is one down there as well. Let's scan that from up here. And I can't remember... There's always one that I forget about. Reaper Vine, do you want to come back out again? Okay. Just want to shoot you away. I didn't actually hit him before. I don't know why you retracted into the wall there. There's one hidden... That's probably the one that I missed. No, stop scanning random things. I want to scan that thing off there. The red icon. Oh, it's tucked behind a tree, so I have to be a little bit lower, I guess. Why is that thing down there anyway? I don't care about roots, game. Just give me these runic symbols. And yeah, there's nothing else on the bottom path. There were a couple of symbols down there, but, you know, we can scan them from the upper path, so it doesn't matter anyway. And shoot the Reaper Vine from the front. Starts flailing wildly. And yeah, here's the last symbol on this side. So, back here we have another upgrade, and it's not guarded by a mini-boss at all. This one's just free, and as we... Oh, that thing shot downwards. And it is something that I referenced earlier in the episode. It's a beam upgrade, and it's in fact our charge beam again. So yes, now with our charge beam back in our possession, we can now just finally destroy these ions. The charge beam is the only weapon capable of doing this. So yeah, we could have taken this to the other door, but yeah, it's you can go one of 2 ways, or you can do one at a time. But here's why I want to do the multiple bombs before the charge beam, is that there's this thing down here, and we can destroy it with a multiple bomb. If we did the charge beam first, then go and get the multiple bomb, and then come back here, it'd be a bit inefficient, I'd say. Let's roll on through, and back here we got a missile door, for no other reason than to inconvenience us and waste our ammo. More scarabs, possibly? No. Game, you surprised me. Those corridors are usually scarab-based. And yeah, in here we have a missile upgrade in this wall over here. We can destroy that. And there's another upgrade in this room, but we can't grab it yet, and that's why I was sort of reluctant to come here, because need to use the spider ball track again. And I think I can, like, maybe I can sort of manipulate this with do like bomb jumps and stuff. Actually, no, it's way too high up. Never mind. I was thinking maybe I could like stand on that very thin ledge up there, but yeah, sometimes you can like sequence break upgrades and stuff, but I don't think that's the case in here. We need to come back with the spider ball. And yeah, that's why I was a bit reluctant to come this way first, because I knew I was going to come back eventually with the spider ball. But it doesn't matter. Just pick up one extra missile upgrade. Roll on back through and out. That hurt. I wasn't expecting those guys to be back. Also, I just realised there's Chozo Law in this wall that I forgot to scan. Let me just quickly grab that. But yeah, I do quite like the Chozo Law and the Chozo Ruins. It reveals a lot of what happened before the game started, and how the Chozo Ruins came to be in this state with all the toxic water and stuff, and what happened to the whole Chozo civilization thing. It's quite interesting. There's something I want to show off quickly. If I go into the menu and show off where all our stuff goes in the logbook, and on the logbook screen, we get there's 5 sections, but we've only scanned 4 types of things so far. But we need to look at Chozo Law. There's also a strange-looking icon in the middle that replaces Samus. It's like two sets of circles. That's quite relevant for later, but for now it just looks like some kind of weird symbol. But yeah, let's look at Chozo Law, and there's something immediately noticeable in that it looks like we've missed one, but for some reason we get delivered the Chozo Law out of order, kind of. Like, we've scanned everything that we can so far in terms of lore, but it looks like we've missed one, but we really haven't. It's just a little bit later than the others, and I don't really get why it's out of order. It just doesn't make a lot of sense. We don't even have access to it yet. It's just so much later in the Chozo Ruins. But yeah, it's a bit of a strange thing I noticed. And let's drop down and take the lower path back. Not that it really matters too much. And yeah, the water gets really deep on the right side of the room, so just I'd say don't go over there, or else you'll have to wade your way back out again. Okay, let's shoot the Reaper Vine, and I'm going to head back to the save room, and I think I'm going to leave it at that for this episode. Oh, there was another blast cap in there, oops. I did not realise that. I jumped straight into it. I guess that's what the toxic cloud is mostly for. Like, obscuring any other blast caps in the area. It doesn't damage you directly, but it still hurts nonetheless. So, yep, that's it for now. We grabbed a couple of upgrades. In fact, I think the charge beam is an optional one, but I'll grab it anyway because it's pretty useful, to be honest. It's probably one of the most useful upgrades, increasing firepower without having to waste missile ammo. But yeah, anyway, in the next episode, we're going to head back to the Arboretum, and now that we have the Morph Ball bombs, we can take the upper path in this room, and then we'll head to this giant circular room, which seems to be quite important, I guess, being so large and circular. I wonder what we can expect from a room like that. So, I'll see you next time for more Metroid Prime. That rhymes. That also rhymed. I didn't realise all 3 of those words rhymed until I said them right now. I am clearly a master of poetry. But yeah, I'll see you in the next episode for what lies ahead in Chozo Ruins. Bye for now.